between my back. Like, just doing that a couple times, I'm like, I'm feeling 55. So this is it. The event's almost over. What I want to ask you guys to do is to be where you are. Be present.
Yeah.
You're guilty. And I'm guilty. At some point throughout this very valuable day, we were all doing something that was not listening to these speakers give all of this wealth of knowledge. Raise your hand if you check social media while you're sitting in the seat today. Answered an email. Check some text messages. Check some scores of some games. You spent a lot of money. You took time away from your family to be here. For what? You're here for a reason.
Yes.
Sometimes we're guilty of not being present, doing what we're supposed to be doing, what we came here for. So what did I come here for, other than listening to this incredible information, which I've heard before? But the reason why I've made a lot of success happen in Legal Shield is because I kept listening to the same information over and over and over again until it became a part of me. And so many people feel like it's time to tune out because I've already heard this thing before. So I'm here to share with you guys what I've learned after coming to these events for 27 years. And so I'm going to start off by just sharing with you a little bit about why Legal Shield is in a league of its own in the network marketing industry. I've been very blessed to have been in this industry for now over 30 years, full-time for 27 years. When I actually came out of my cocoon, when my friend Eric asked me to come speak at his second GoPro event, and if you know anything about his GoPro events, that event was 300 people in the room, smaller than this. The last GoPro event I spoke at had 46,000 people listening live. So I've got friends all across this industry. And a lot of them, I know what their business is doing. Some of them I do some coaching for them, just as an aside. And I can't say this outside of this room, so I'm saying this basically here at the family dinner table, but there's nothing in this industry that comes close to what we have here at Legal Shield. The industry is riddled with a lot of good products, but a lot of Me Too products. Me Too means a lot of other people can say, oh, Me Too, we've got that too. We've got it a little bit cheaper, or our label looks a little bit better, or we added this one little ingredient so we'll have a differentiator. But at the end of the day, a lot of those companies, guess what? You're going to ask your mom to go buy that bottle of whatever for $50 when somebody else in the company trying to qualify for a check and bought a bunch of it and they're dumping it on Amazon for half price. So you're going to ask your mom to pay full price when she can go get it for half price? How do you feel about that? You can't garage qualify in Legal Shield. You can't buy a whole garage full of attorneys. We don't front load anything. Matter of fact, you're not allowed to front load anything. You can buy one membership and one only. And this product stands alone without a business opportunity attached to it. By that I mean people get into Legal Shield for the membership even if they're not even getting into the business. And when I talk to people about the beauty of Legal Shield and how we are separate, we are completely differentiated, what other network marketing company will a business owner say, come on in and sell your stuff to our employees? Wow. We got a bunch of people overweight, bring your health product in. Working so hard to get wrinkly, we need your skin cream. You're overworked, they need a vacation, bring your travel plan. It'll never happen. We have over 30,000 smart company owners that have brought us in to offer our services and employee benefits. We got people making 6 figures in Legal Shield that never recruited anybody. No other network marketing company on this planet can boast that. And so, And the barrier of entry is so huge. Because if anybody ever thinks, oh, well, Legal Shield is brilliant, it is amazing, we're just going to go out there and copy it. It has already been tried. I've been here 27 years. I've seen a half a dozen companies spring up and try and fail. It is virtually impossible to go out there and get a whole network of law firms willing to take pennies on the dollar to provide services without having 10,000 members paying that monthly membership fee in their state to be able to pay for legal services. So there's no way it's going to happen. Dave Small always said, this dog will run even if it had no legs. It's like running on a football field with nobody trying to tackle you. If anybody else is ever going to know marketing, doesn't it feel refreshing to have no competition? You sign somebody for a legal shield today, for the XYZ legal market doesn't exist. And the other thing, I've had a lot of conversations lately, and I made a vow years ago when I started with my Building an Empire book and all that I would never actively go out and try to recruit a network marketer away from what they're already doing. I don't want to do damage to their sponsor, their upline, and so I'm a neutral guy. But I can talk to you guys about this here, and when somebody on my team puts me on a three-way call with a network marketer, I'm certainly willing to share it. There is no other more ingenious compensation/incentive program that exists in the entire network marketing space. Think about this. You go sell $150 worth of sales. You're going to get in our regular comp plan several $100s in commissions the next day. On top of that, if you do it 3 months or more in a row, you're going to get an extra $200 to $500 of cash bonuses every month from Performance Club, on top of the commission. So again, let me repeat it, because you guys might be a little long in the day. You sold $150. You sold. Get off social media right now. I'm kidding. So pay attention. You sold $150. I can't believe how many people stand back up again. You sold $150. You got several hundred in commissions and several hundred more in bonuses each month. When I tell that to any network marketer that is ever on the phone with me, they're like, no way. There's no way. The company can't afford it. We can't afford it. We've been doing it for years. Been here for years. I posted online the other day, going back to Cali. I just wanted to run DMC out there, man. So we are in the second inning of if this is a baseball game, we're in the second inning still. You see these top earners? I mean, you got people that are making crazy, like $500,000 just got started back in September. A year later, already $500,000. Wow. And we have less than 3% market penetration. Right. So it's blue ocean waiting for us. So I've got a whole mixture. I've got a lot of stuff I'm going to bring you guys here today. And the first part is setting you up mentally, and then I'm going to give you guys some tactics, what to say, how to say it, because I think that's very needed. And then I'm also going to help you guys to stop sabotaging your business, because some of you guys have been sabotaging your business and you don't know it. So then today you know it, and you're going to stop. So just reading up notes. When we were in Indianapolis just weeks ago for this regional out there, my great friend Darnell Self did the Friday night briefing. And a part of his story he shared was how he was, when his child turned 1, he happened to be going to a Legal Shield event on the day his kid was turning 1. And he talked about how that was a worthwhile sacrifice because of now what he's been able to do for him and his family ever since. And I posted that story on Facebook. And I had somebody come into my comments, and they were belittling that decision, saying, money is not important enough for me to miss my child's birthday. I disagree with that decision. And it pissed me off. I mean, if you disagree with it, fine, keep it to your side. Don't come into my presence and say something that's kind of silly. Here's the thing. That 1-year-old did not know he was turning 1. Did not know his birthday was on Saturday when they celebrated on Monday. But his kids have more stamps in their passports than that moron that was putting that comment. I think some people are just not familiar with, or they don't deem certain sacrifices worth it. And it's each their own. And I didn't get into a big debate. Maybe I did. Anyway. But he didn't choose his business, that business event over his kid. He chose that event for his kid.
Right. Yeah.
And so I want to ask you guys, what are you here for? You sacrificed to be here, so you've got a big reason why you're here. And to me, it's all a waste if you go home and you don't execute. I was going to take it out of my notes after Mr. Tanner actually mentioned the Michael Jordan thing, but it bears repeating. If you were to Michael Jordan at your job, nobody does what you do better than you. And you go bust your ass doing it for the next 20 years. Are you ever going to be able to retire from that job 20 years from now with your dream lifestyle? Raise your hand if you will. Several hundred people here, not one hand is going up. So what you're saying to me is your job does not provide you an opportunity to get what you want out of your life, but yet you keep going to it day after day after day after day after day. You forsake your kids, you forsake your spouse, you forsake your own happiness to go to that job every single day. When your kid is sick, sometimes you can't even be home with your kid because you got a project at work that has to get done. But there's no light at the end of the tunnel. You guys just said, you raise your hand. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. But if you don't have to be the Michael Jordan at Legal Shield, but if you're just really good at Legal Shield, and you go platinum executive director, you're making at least $250,000 a year plus, passive residual cash flow. You got time freedom and financial freedom. How many of you all by show of hands feel like you could have your dream lifestyle if you were a platinum executive director here? Yeah. Look at the hands go up. So all I'm simply saying is that if your job does not provide you the opportunity, and Legal Shield does, sure, your job is a front burner. Your Legal Shield part-time business is on the back burner. I'm simply just saying to shift it. You're still going to be putting a majority of your hours probably on that back burner priority job, but your front burner priority of your mind and heart, your business, needs to get priority. And so that way, look, you need to do the business even when you don't feel like doing the business. For most people, you know why a lot of people don't make it in Legal Shield? It's the business of convenience. They only make the phone calls. They only show up and do the work or go to an event because when they feel like it. You know how many times I feel like making phone calls? Like never. Sometimes I asked myself years ago, do I even like people? Like, do I want to call another dummy that just doesn't understand why I should get into this business? But I make the phone calls anyway, and I still talk to the people that just they weren't even hearing it because I knew where it was going to take me. I had to go through the no's to get to the yeses. Yeah. I had to read the books even though I hate reading. Trust me, I hate reading. I'm actually working right now on recording my voice for AI to read my last book because I don't want to read the book. If you go to a studio and read a book, it's torture. Right. I did 2 of my books, and I'll never do it again. I'll never, ever. But so whether you work out because you want to get the result from it, you read for the result, you do the calls for the result. What's my point? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just stop. Some of you guys, maybe you've got job complacency, like a mindset like, even if Legal Shield doesn't work, it's okay, I still have my job.
Right.
Maybe it's time to burn your ships. And I'm not saying like you leave here, go to the lobby, and send an email to your boss. No, that's not what I'm saying. Mentally prepare yourself with a timeline that maybe the next 90 days you're going to get yourself together, get yourself to senior director or above, and then you can fire off that email to fire your boss.
There we go.
But you got to make a decision that enough's enough, and you can't always have the fallback.
Right.
talked about, not quitting.
Yeah.
And the world is so full of starters, but not many finishers. I mean, statistically, come New Orleans, like a quarter of you guys won't even be in the business anymore. And years ago, I would be afraid to say the facts about that because I'd be afraid it might turn anybody off. But you already know. Either you're going to be a quitter or you're going to be a sticker, and you're going to finish what you started.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would encourage you guys to decide today that you're going to make a shift. In your notes, and please take notes. If you're not taking notes, you know what it means? You're here to be entertained. Because if you're here to build a big business, you should be taking notes because those are the things you're going to go teach your future team as you build it.
Yeah.
If you're not taking notes, it means that you don't plan on having a big team that you're going to be training one day. So the word decide. You got to decide that you're going to become great at Legal Shield. I decided years ago I'm going to be great at this. I was not going to be great at sports because of my size. I was not going to be a great singer because I can't sing. There's a lot of things I'm not going to be great at. But I said I can be great at this. I saw people that were no better than me that were out there cranking in this business. They can do it, I can do it. So what does it mean to be great at Legal Shield? Well, you got to having a great mindset.
Yeah.
Having a great attitude. Being a rock in the river for the people that are joining you. Having great music. How does your music come across? Can they sense your passion? I do Zooms at my home office. And during my Zooms, I'm always telling the audience that are over there, whether it's 2 people or 20 people, I'm like, have you ever met anybody that's been doing the same thing full time for 27 years and still sounds like me right now? Can you guys tell I'm fired up and passionate about what I do?
Yeah.
And people are like, you can see them, they're like, they get it. Like, well, that's my music. What does your music sound like? We're in a people attraction business.
Yeah.
Some of you guys right now, I'm looking at you like, I don't want to join your business. If you're excited and happy, tell your face. Don't know I have totally different delivery. And it's okay. You got to decide to work on your skills. You got to decide to work on your leadership. And here's what I would do. I would measure yourself against your potential, not against somebody else. You're capable of doing a lot more in this business than you're doing right now. You're capable of more. So why aren't you doing more? And here's the thing, when you consciously and intellectually know that you're capable of doing more, when you're aware that you're not doing what you're capable of doing, you know what that does to you? It makes you feel incongruous. It makes you feel like an underachiever. And that's not good for your psyche or your soul. When you're capable of this and you do this, it just messes with you. It messes with all areas of your life. You want to have a better relationship with your spouse? Perform in what you're doing here in this business. Because you're going to show up to your relationship with your spouse, your kids, your friends, whatever you're showing up to, it's not getting messed with that messed up psyche that you brought on yourself. I also want to remind you this. I had an author jump on a team call a couple years ago. She wrote a book called Conquer Fear. And she talked about this point, and I thought it was so important. Your business is working even when it doesn't look like it's working to you. As long as you're doing the right things consistently, your business is working. When you plant a seed, just because over the next days or weeks or months you don't see anything happening, does not mean nothing's happening. It needs the constant cultivation process with the water. It needs to rain. It needs storms. And it needs sunshine. And eventually you're going to have a harvest. And if you see some people that are cranking through this business really, really fast, that just should make you excited to know that when you're ready to go fast, the track is laid and you can go as fast as you want. But don't let it mess with you when you're not in the season of going that fast, because maybe they planted seeds a season before you did. So we are network marketers. So write down the term network marketer. You know what that means we do? You build your network and you market to it. You build your network and then you market to it. You might have heard this before, but your network will dictate your net worth. So you know, so you're connected to. So here's what I mean by building your network. You want to build your list daily. Start with your warm market list, and you need to be adding to your warm list every single day with new people, which is cold market. You take cold market and make them become warm market to you. Where do you find them? I don't have time for that today. But in essence, you're going to find it whether it's 3-foot rule, whether it's going into social media groups and just making new friends, prospecting within your passion. You know, I'm passionate about sports cards, so I go into sports card groups and I can talk about basketball and football cards, and I can talk about that all day. It doesn't feel like work, it does not work, it's fun to me, but I can develop engagement, and then I can ask them about their card collection and what's the grail card that you're saving up for. They tell me what it is, how much it costs, where's that money going to come from. Hey, I found a way to be able to generate extra money so I can buy the cards I want. Let me show you how I found a way to do that. Boom, I got a conversation. So it doesn't matter what it is. You can be David on going out mountain biking. You can talk about somebody, hey, what's your grail mountain bike you want? How much does it cost? $7,000. Where's the money going to come from? I'm working on it. Hey, I found a way to get my grail bike. You want me to show you how? Boom. I expect you to get 10 recruits next month. All right, so you can build your list daily. And then you market to it regularly. What do I mean by market to it? Add value. Not just pitch, pitch, pitch. Add value. What does it mean by adding value? There's a lot of people on social media today that are not adding value. They're ranting, opining, upsetting people, but they're not adding value. And your resume is what you're putting on social media. People are deciding what they see you post, whether you're somebody that they want to attach themselves to in their life. Are you going to make them better? Are you going to bring any value? How can you bring value? Well, guess what? You've learned something here this weekend. I hope, here's what I encourage you to do. Go through your notes after you leave here, you go back to your room, and figure out something that's applicable to everybody, not just Legal Shield associates. That you can post about a lesson you learned today at this event. And then go post about it. Do a little Facebook Live, record a little video to post, or type it out, whatever you want to do. You learned something here today that would be applicable to everybody that is following you on your Facebook page or Instagram or LinkedIn, wherever you are. But it's about value, 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 pitch. Gary Vee has a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook. It's not hook, 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 hook. It's jab, 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 hook. That means value, 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 pitch, or the call to action. It's not, so many people get into Legal Shield and they immediately start posting about Legal Shield, legal plans, getting ruled on. It's like, whoa, hold up, you're just going to, you're pushing away all your audience. Be more thoughtful about it. To me, posting immediately about Legal Shield on your Facebook page is like putting a worm on a hook, and before you throw it in the water, you tie a little sign on it that says, this is fake, and there's a hook, and it's going to hurt you, and I'm going to eat you.
Wow.
So stop selling, start solving. Stop recruiting, start solving. Whoever solves the biggest problems for most people make the most money in this world. People like to buy, they don't want to be sold. So if you can help them identify a problem, and then you can show them the solution, they will buy it because they agree they got the problem. So how do you actually point out their problem? Well, you don't. If you talk to people about their problems, when you're the one that brought them up, they're not going to like talking to you. But instead, you can do what Rabbit did. You guys know who Rabbit is? From 8 Mile. Eminem. You guys haven't seen the movie? I'll just just give you the punchline, you don't even need to go see the movie. Because if you go spend 2 hours watching that movie, you could have just recruited your next associate. So I've been telling you to save some time. So Rabbit is a white rapper in downtown Detroit. And every Friday night he would go to this basement of this building and they would have rap battles. And rap battle basically is you got a DJ that would actually drop a beat, and for 30 seconds you get on the microphone and you try to rag out the other person. And whoever gets the biggest applause from the audience wins the battle. And so Rabbit, a white rapper in a black man's game, is in this situation where he's like going up against Papa Doc, who is the best in town. And there's a scene where Rabbit is in the bathroom and he's looking in the mirror and he's got the cold sweats going on. He's like psyching himself out. Getting ready to go up against this guy. He's never been able to go to the finals, I guess. And all of a sudden you see this little glimmer in his eye, like he has this epiphany. So he goes out, and his boy Cheese. High fives, you got it, Rabbit, you get it, Rabbit. I didn't like that guy, but anyway. So Rabbit gets up on stage. Papa Doc's up on stage, and he flip a coin. Rabbit wins the coin toss. He goes, I'll go first. And the whole audience is like, oh, you idiot. Because you want to let the other guy go first, so you can come over top and win. He goes first. He drops, he gets a microphone, and he starts ripping on himself. Yeah, I live in a trailer park with my mom. I got a baby. I don't even remember all the he just. I'm not So, Rabbit rips on himself. He gives the mic back to Papa Doc. He drops, Papa Doc gets a microphone. Hands the mic back, concedes, Rabbit wins. Why did that happen? Because Rabbit took away anything negative that Papa Doc could have used to rip on. He said it about himself. Took away anything he could have used. And he won the battle. You're going to do the same thing in your business with Legal Shield. When you're talking to your prospects, you're going to craft your story where you talk about the pain points in your life so that they can relate to you. By them relating to your problems, and they say, I agree, me too, I feel you, brother. Guess what? Now that they've actually related, now you can tell them about the solution that you found for your problems. Do you want to see the problem, the solution I found? And they're going to say, of course I want to see the solution to the problems we both have. So you want to craft your story. So we were having lunch at IHOP hours ago during break. Got a fairly new manager that came out from Colorado. We were having lunch and talking about how he's an introvert. I said, me too. You know exactly how you're feeling. It's hard to strike up a conversation. Once I get the conversation going, I got no problem. But getting it going is the hard part. And so I said, here's a formula. Write this down. Step one, compliment. If it's somebody you don't even know, or if it's somebody you do know, it doesn't matter. Either way, compliment. Find something to compliment them about. Hair, shoes, watch, the car, their smile, whatever. Compliment. If there's somebody at work, compliment, just it could be serving your table at a restaurant. Ask them, hey, are you the manager here? You seem like you're the manager. You seem like you're running this place. You seem like you're totally on the ball. What? Compliment. And then step number two, be interested in them. Ask them what they do for work. Or if you know what they do because they're serving your table, how long have you been here? How long do you plan to stay here? You plan on staying here and then going into management and running this place one day or whatever. Just ask them questions like that. Compliment, be interested and find out their story. And then you shift gears and say, you mind if I share my story with you? And they'll say, yeah, sure. And that's when you say, hey, well, my background is my story. My background is in real estate. I'm working crazy hours, 7 days a week. Nights and weekends when a lot of my clients need me, so I'm just pretty much missing out on a lot of things in life. I just feel like I'm working a lot. You ever feel that way? You know what they're going to say? Yep, me too. As soon as you got me too, you got it. Because now I'm going to say, well, I just too many nights I just lay on my bed staring into a business project on the side that are actually coaching on, and because of this side project, I'm now more excited about my future than I've ever been before. This is the solution I've been needing. You want to see the solution I found? How are they going to say, no, I don't want to see it, when they just agree that they have the same problem as you? You guys, I know the sequence and what to say and how to say it in the recruiting process. I've recruited 1,900 people personally. I know how this works. It's a sequence. But you got to open up their door receptivity first before you can shove the opportunity in their face. Some of you guys are trying to talk to people and they can't see or hear you because you haven't opened up. Use your vulnerability. Your superpower is vulnerability. Write that down. Vulnerable. Be vulnerable. My background in real estate, our job was to beat our chest and say, I'm the best realtor in town. Choose me. I'm the best one for you. If I didn't convince you of that, you would use any one of the other 1,000 agents in town. This is different. Being vulnerable instead of being the big 800-pound gorilla is what works here. Is this helping you guys a little bit?
Yes. Yes.
Get appointments. Write that one down. Get appointments. So many times we are so loosey-goosey with the strategy on the front end. We're asking people if they want to, we want them to see the information. I don't care if they say yes or no. I just want to get them in the theater so they can see the whole movie.
Right.
I want them to be able to make a well-informed, educated decision whether Legal Shield, the service, or the opportunities for them or not. And so my goal is to get an appointment to get that information in front of them, and I never say anything until I can say everything.
Right.
And if you're out there just telling a little bit about Legal Shield, and maybe you give them a couple little points about what Legal Shield does, they're in their mind already making a decision based on that limited knowledge, whether it's for them or not, and typically it's going to be a not, because they don't fully understand the power of this membership. So I don't say anything unless I can say everything. I keep it very vague. I create curiosity to get an appointment for them to see the presentation. It's all about getting appointments. So what is an appointment? An appointment is to get them to a PBR at somebody's house. It's going to be to get them out to a weekly briefing. The first hour is Super Saturday. It can be an appointment to get them on a nightly Zoom. Or it can be an appointment to get them on a tool. So many associates are firing out video missiles, like sending out a video link with nothing attached to it. This is going to change your business if you actually put an appointment attached to the video link. So if I'm asking Isra to take a look at the video, and let's say I'm using the podcast video with Darnell and I know it's 39 minutes, I'm going to ask her, say, whatever I did warming up to get to a point where I'm there to ask her to see the presentation, I'll say, hey, if I send you a video, it's a little about 39 minutes, when can you watch it?
Right.
She says, well, I got a lot going on, I probably won't get to it until about 9 o'clock tonight. I say, perfect. I'm going to put in my calendar, we'll talk at 9:45. I need to give you 5 minutes to catch your breath, because this is going to blow your mind what you see. But at 9:45, let's connect and chat about what you saw that video. Now, between now and 9:45, she already has that seed planted in her head that she's got to get that video watched because she made this contract or this commitment that we're going to be talking at 9:45.
Right.
Versus me saying, hey, I'll send you a link, watch a video, let's talk again soon. It's so open-ended that I'm going to be chasing her for months probably, or at least days. Get appointments.
That's true. It's confirmation.
So when we were in the last Super Regional, I had just learned that Marty and Isra surpassed